Alright, see if I can get this to work one last time. Third time's the charm, right? This is our C-100 right here. Everything's pretty much self-contained, right? And you can see this little opening right here is where that fat melter would attach if we did have one. I'll show you the fat melter on these other units so you kind of know what's missing. It does have a plug down underneath, actually like right here, that fat melter would plug into if the unit had that attachment. So it's wired up for it, but it just doesn't have the actual component on it. A couple of switches on the C-100 here. First is the main switch right here. This is going to be a switch that you need in order to have all the heating elements on. Heating elements didn't turn on because I have the thermostat way down right now. So I'm going to turn that up and you're going to hear a click. And if the camera's over here, you'd see these 3 red lights that will all light up that will indicate that the heating element turns on. Right there. And I'll bring that over and I'll show you that in just a second here. I'm going to turn that back off so it doesn't heat up too much right here. A couple other on-off switches. First off, we have the conveyor. Right here, the conveyor is where all the timing's happening off of. So if the conveyor is not on, the donuts won't drop because their signal won't be transferred from this little unit, from the micro switch in here, up to that unit. The conveyor is also going to do all the flipping, and then it's going to take it out of the conveyor right here. So turn that on. So this is where the donuts would obviously fall off that little edge. They'll flip all on their own. Notice that we aren't having any cutting right now. There's 2 switches that operate this section of the unit right here. One just turns on the motor so that basically it's ready to drop when you want to start dropping, and that's going to be that top switch. And then this bottom switch, which you'll see me flip on here in a second, is what's actually going to tell it, okay, start dropping now. So I'm going to turn on the top one. So now the motor's running, everything's all set to go. We dump our batter in, we're just about ready. Okay, temperature is good. The level's good, so we're going to start dropping donuts. So we're going to flip this bottom switch. Now you'll see these 2 droppers over here drop when the conveyor gets down there in the center. And again, that's all linked up to this unit right here. So we're dropping. Let me grab camera and kind of show you what's going on here. Here are the 3 lights. All 3 of those lights right there all light up. And this is what's actually happening right now, is that this timing is going and these donuts are dropping right down in here. I'll watch this go in a second. So it's opening up. You can decide how big or how small you want your donuts by loosening up this nut and turning this outside dial. It tells this section how far open you want to do for how much batter you want to fit in there when it does pop that donut out. I'm going to turn off that clutch now just because I don't want to run it too long metal on metal. So we turn off the clutch, you'll see that light go off on the bottom. This light's still on, the motor's still running. I'm going to turn off the motor, and lastly I'm going to turn off the conveyor. This is the other piece that we do have. This is the one that we use currently. The one that we would look to get rid of isn't in quite as good a quality as this one. The one that we have that we'd get rid of, the bottom conveyor works right here, but this top conveyor, which brings the donuts out to the front, is gunked up with some grease. So that being the case, let me show you exactly how this works. Basically, you'll notice that that piece of metal is bringing all the donuts right out to the front, and then they would fall off right there. And this unit actually runs the opposite direction, so it would come off the machine going that direction. Basically, the whole thing is flipped around 180 right now. This is that Easy Melt unit. It's not cleaned up at all. I just wanted to pull it in here so you could kind of see it. And you drop the blocks of grease down in the main portion right there. And then there's 2 settings right here, the heat and the pump. And you turn the pump on, step on that pedal, and that would pump the grease. And this is where I don't have that hose to hook up that would go into the C-100. Let me show you real quick if my video doesn't run out. Don't know how long I have on this thing, but here is all the wiring, and I'm not going to touch it like I did in the previous video so you can see the shock, but basically for single phase I'm only going to use these 2 poles right here, and for 3 phase I'll use this pole over here. And our electrician knew exactly what I was talking about when I showed him that, and he said, oh yeah, no big deal. But like I said, they actually did switch it over to single phase before we got the machine. If I can get this to sit down real quick here, I'm going to show you basically to take apart the unit, we're going to take up, there's a little wing nut on this side, then both of these two centering pins right here basically are going to slide up, and then I'm going to pull up the plungers as straight as possible. I'm going to pull them out just as far as I need to, then I'm going to pull them straight up to pop them out of there. Then this whole hopper, trying to do it quick so you can kind of see it all on one video here. This whole hopper comes right off, and then this metal unit right here would pop off as well, and this one's extremely heavy. And so that's what we do for cleaning. The other part of this machine that does come apart if my video is not full, not quite yet, is that in case anything gets down into this grease pit right here, this whole conveyor does actually all pop right out. There's a little nut down in there, not a nut but a pin. You gotta pull that out, and then the whole conveyor slides right out. So let me, and then here's the inside of the tray. There's a drain valve right there so you can drain the grease out, and that is the donut fryer. So hopefully that helps you out. Let me know if there's anything else that we needed that I missed.